Hello and welcome. This is Grant Hughes of Grant Hughes Investigates on YouTube. This channel evaluates all aspects of true crime. As you are aware, videos and live streams in this genre often discuss elements of crime that may be disturbing to some viewers. If necessary, take the precautions needed to avoid these feelings. Factual information related to cases is the key to fostering rational true crime discussions. Fortunately, you will find that here. Please hit the like button only once, share the video, and subscribe if you like my content. Thank you very much for watching.
Huh? It's a house!
How's it going, everybody? Man, my eyes were last night. Like after the show, I was kind of going like this, and they were burning. They were so dry. I don't know what the hell the deal was. Wasn't good. Yeah. All right. Well, we got some stuff to go over today. I put out the video on Jerry Holman today. You know, like usual lately, it's just you know, not too many views, but it's out there. All right, but during this show, if you guys can help support the channel like we do normally, last night wasn't one of those nights, but if you guys can support the channel tonight, that would be great, because now we're behind the 8 ball. So we're gonna go over, I don't know, I'm not really sure the order. Probably, you know, Kohberger, Buzzard, Epstein, and then Kirk. All right, so here we go. We'll start off with but let's try to not stay on 00000 too long. It gets it's nerve-wracking. Let's see. So there was you know, the Judge Hippler, as we predicted based on how he sounded in those hearings, pursuant to the state September 22nd, 2025 request for restitution in favor of Karen Laramie, Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, and Idaho against defendant in favor of Karen Laramie. So he ruled in favor of Karen. I think that's Madison Mogen's mom. And they got $1,587 payable through the Ada County Court Clerk's office. Hey, thanks, Christine and Wild Bill Wassman. I like saying that name. So there's that one, and then also looks like the Gonzalez's got their extra amount as well. It's only $1,420. Yeah, so it's not really, you know, I mean, I'm not even really, it's not a lot of money or anything. It's just kind of like, just keep adding more on to Kohberger. Yeah, so I guess it was Gonzalez and Laramie, you know, so altogether right around 3,000. And that's really all there is in the Kohberger. I have documents that I've ordered, video, surveillance footage that I've spent money on to try to get. So we'll see how, you know, see when those are in. I contact the clerk every once in a while to ask, like, hey, where are we at, etc. It sounded like there might be something this week, last week. So tomorrow I'm probably going to have to call over there again. This the what is it? The squeaky wheel gets the grease, as they say. Yeah. And by the way, look at this is Ashley Buzzard right here. That's what she looks like without that long hair that she has on there. There was a hearing today, or I don't know if it was today, but I think it was. Ashley Butter accuser says daughter Melody may be alive. See, I actually think that as well. And I think that because it wasn't like she disappeared at the furthest distance. It's like they went somewhere and then on the way back she went missing. And then why bother, if you're going to kill somebody, why bother having them even wear a wig at a certain point? It kind of doesn't make sense. Thanks, Deborah. The man who accused Ashley Buzzard of false imprisonment believes her daughter Melody could still be alive. And in the state of Utah, this is on News Nation. The missing 9-year-old has not been seen in 32 days as the investigation continues into her whereabouts, despite Ashley's unwillingness to cooperate. I don't know, there's so many cases this is like, you know, you hope it's not like a Gannon Stauch type, you know, or, yeah, or even the Lori and Chad Daybell situation. I mean, it's not the same, like, reasoning. But you wouldn't think they would be killing JJ and Ty Lee, would you? Like they would be somewhere, but they weren't. So you don't want it to be that. And then there's just, I don't know, there's like literally like 5 that seem similar. He did not share any further details of her whereabouts. Tyler S. Brewer, who filed charges against Buzzard on Friday, told News Nation she revealed to him where Melody is and who she was left with. Okay, well, where is she then? He did not share any further details of her whereabouts with News Nation, except to say he suspects the girl is in Utah. Now, Brewer also shared concern about whether what Buzzard told him was true, given her state of mind. See, that could be, because remember how Lori and Chad, Daybell, they came up, made up a story about how JJ was with one of their friends, and and then remember how there was like people thought she was, Ty Lee was out there, and it was even at a concert and stuff like that. Brewer also shared concern about whether what Buzzard told him was true. Brewer told News Nation he has known Buzzard through a friend since 2014. He said he had been coming over to Buzzard's Lompoc, California home to check on her since the case of her missing daughter was publicized. On Friday, Buzzard was arrested and charged with felony false imprisonment, which authority... Oh, wait, did I just lose where I was? Kind of skipped around. Yeah. On Friday, Buzzard was arrested and charged with felony false imprisonment, which authorities said was unrelated to the disappearance of her daughter. And the thing is this is the person. Tyler S. Brewer was, like, forced to stay at home, or maybe it was because of what he said or what she told him. But it's related. It's just not directly related. It says in the criminal complaint obtained by News Nation, Buzzard is accused of violating the personal liberty of Brewer. The complaint states that the crime occurred last Thursday and added the manner in which the crime was carried out indicates planning, sophistication, or professionalism. Buzzard will be in court Wednesday afternoon to face the felony charge. In the interim, she remains jailed in the Santa Maria area. Brewer alleges Buzzard began acting. So the guy that filed the complaint alleges that Buzzard began acting irrationally on October 6th while he was visiting her home, accusing him of working with the police and the paternal side of the family to take Melody away from her. See, that's kind of what we were talking about originally. That's why it's possible she's still alive, that she's being held somewhere else because she was paranoid that she would be taken from her by the father of Melody, who died, I think it was, what was it, a car accident? Something like that. But hey guys, any chance you guys can help support the channel tonight? Get on a roll of some sort. Where last night was the lowest in about 2 months, and this is starting to look vaguely familiar. You know? And we're almost about halfway through the month here. Brewer alleges Buzzard began acting irrationally on October 6th. He said Buzzard kept shutting her eyes and making fists and blocked the door, preventing him from leaving. She then slammed the front door and engaged 4 locks on that door. He said she eventually let him leave, and he went straight to the authorities to report what happened. Yeah, typing in links and stuff doesn't really... We just need to get moving here. Brewer claimed Buzzard has mental health issues and extremely paranoid and is a totally different person from when they first met. He said he has grave concerns about Melody's well-being. I don't know. It sounds more like... yeah, I mean, where did she put her, I guess? That's the problem. Buzzard's mother, Lori Miranda, spoke with News Nation about her daughter, with whom she has not spoken with since 2023, about their troubled life. Miranda said that during her upbringing, she and Buzzard were at times homeless as they fled her abusive husband in 1995. Right, that's I found those articles. She told the outlet that when she was 33 and her daughter was 9, they moved from place to place, often sleeping in hotels, to be free of her husband, and that he would break their windows and harass them. Buzzard participated in a homeless education project, and the pair spent time living in a shelter. Anyways, thanks, Wild Bill Osman, for giving it an effort. I don't know, man. I'm not sure what I did. Let's see. A timeline of 9-year-old Melody Buzzard's disappearance and her mother's arrest. I mean, we could just kind of zip through this one. Guess we didn't remember. The search for Melody Buzzard began on October 14th when a school administrator reported, and isn't that weird, because on October 6th she was acting paranoid. So this is, on that trip, wasn't that right before they left? So the investigation into her whereabouts has now stretched for nearly a month, focused on a 1,000-mile road trip from California to Nebraska that had led to the arrest of her uncooperative mother, Ashley Buzzard. Buzzard pled not guilty to false imprisonment charge in court Wednesday and was ordered to be released with GPS monitoring. That's what she has now. Here's a closer look at the timeline of the child's disappearance and the search for her. Melody and Ashley Buzzard lived in a home on Mars Avenue in Lompoc, California. We've already shown that. There's actually a picture of Ashley in the driveway, and amazingly they didn't blur out her face. Not really the driveway at the door, but it's from a distance, but they didn't blur it out. Family members said they had lost touch with Melody and Ashley Buzzard in recent years. In an interview with News Nation last month, Melody's aunt, Elizabeth Meza, said she had not seen her niece in 4 years. One of the most recent photos of Melody was this one right here. Melody participated in the Lompoc Unified School District on October 7th. See, this is interesting, right? Like October 7th, but that other guy a minute ago reported that on the 6th is when she was acting paranoid. Well, on the 7th, Ashley Buzzard left California the next day after the person had noticed that, with Melody driving a rented white 2024 Chevrolet Malibu and returned 3 days later without the girl. That period is now a critical time frame for investigators, the sheriff's office said. Surveillance footage from the rental car, I think that's Enterprise in Lompoc, rental car business in Lompoc, showed the mother-daughter pair wearing what appeared to be wigs on October 7th, the sheriff's office said. Yeah, and then we have that video of her when they walk to the counter. Investigators also believe that Ashley swapped wigs throughout the trip, changing to a darker wig that is similar in color and style to the one Melody was wearing, the sheriff's office said. This change in appearance is believed to have been intentional to avoid recognition during travel. The vehicle travel route spanned as far as Nebraska, and then return route detoured into Kansas. It is unclear where the car began to head back west. Thanks, Christine.
I'll get you back if you want me to.
During the journey, the license plate on the Malibu, which was originally a California plate of 9MN G101, appeared to change. The car was seen with the new New York license plate, HCG 9677, beginning October 8th. The plate does not belong to the vehicle or Buzzard and is believed to have been used as a false or switched plate to avoid detection. Per the sheriff's office, on October 9th, the Chevy Malibu traveled through cities in at least 4 states, including Green River, Utah. Utah at least matches what the victim that filed charges against her said, that Melody told him where Ashley was in Utah. Per the sheriff's office, on October 9th, the Chevy Malibu traveled through cities in Utah, so like Green River, and then Pangitch, and then northwest Arizona, Prim, Nevada, and then Rancho Cucamonga, California. On October 9th, surveillance footage captured Melody in an area near the Colorado-Utah state line on the return trip, the last confirmed sighting of her. So that's the part that makes it seem like it's more likely that she's still alive. Melody's disappearance was reported on October 14th by Lompoc school administrators who noticed she had not been participating in the remote study program her mother had recently enrolled her in. The sheriff's office said an administrator contacted police for a welfare check after her prolonged absence. Officers searched the home, but Melody was nowhere to be found. Her mother could not provide a reasonable explanation for her whereabouts. Ashley Buzzard had been uncooperative with investigators, the sheriff's office said. The FBI joined the investigation on October 18th. With public interest growing, the sheriff's office on October 20th asked the police not to attempt to contact their own searches and investigations. Conduct. I was wondering what the hell, if I read that right. Not to attempt to conduct their own searches and investigations. While well-intentioned, these efforts could unintentionally interfere with investigative work already in progress. On October 22nd, investigators released a public timeline of Melody's movements And on October 24th, they released surveillance images of her at the rental car agency. Members of Melody's father's side of the family held a candlelight vigil for the missing girl on October 24th. On October 30th, investigators served follow-up search warrants at the Buzzard home, a storage locker, and the rental car. Yep, everybody hit that like button. But right now, currently, for the second night in a row, right now we're at 1/11th of reaching a nightly goal. And when you start off like that, it's really difficult to, keep moving forward. So if you guys have the ability, there's a lot of people out there that don't realize, see, my channel has donated $269,000 since January of 2020. And the only way that we're able to do this is if on a nightly basis people are helping support the channel. You guys are the only source of income on the live streams. I consider for 3 hours doing a show, and if nobody supported the channel, there'd be zero income coming in. So if you enjoy the shows and like what we're doing here, if you could please consider supporting the channel, that would be great. I've explained the same thing to you guys multiple times. And it'd be great to have a night where it just wasn't something I had to mention. Because that's the part where the trolls go, ooh, look at Gray, he's trying to raise, and I explain it really clearly. If you can't afford to support the channel, don't do it. But if you can, that would be great because you guys are it. All right? And so when I see a night where people are just like, yeah, just do the show, it gets, a little... I don't know what you call it. It's disheartening, to say the least. All right, and then the mother's arrest on false imprisonment charge on November 7th, which is about a week ago. The sheriff's office announced they had arrested Ashley Buzzard on a false imprisonment charge unrelated to Melody's disappearance. Investigators said they learned of the incident a day earlier, so on the 6th, which the mother prevented a victim from leaving a location against their will. Buzzard faces a felony charge of false imprisonment imprisonment by violence, according to Santa Barbara County District Attorney's Office. She was being held at a county jail with bail set at a $100,000 record show. Thanks, love, Boston. The alleged victim in the false imprisonment case posted a statement on social media, which she later removed, saying he went to Buzzard's house on November 6th to offer help finding Melody. So that was the day of that incident where she got arrested for. During an interaction at her residence, the situation escalated. Miss Buzzard became visibly distressed after sharing information she appeared to regret disclosing. That's good news, though, isn't it? And that's good news right there. That means it gives a little bit more veracity of the information that was given to this person. A box cutter was produced, and despite multiple requests to be allowed to exit the home, I was not immediately permitted to leave. Thanks, Sandy Shirley. The door was secured by several locks, which delayed my ability to exit. This incident was reported to law enforcement. Buzzard appeared in court November 12th and pleaded not guilty to false imprisonment charges. Her defense attorney, Adrian Galvin, argued she was not a flight risk, but prosecutors disagreed, noting her use of wigs. I totally agree with that. That's dumb. That's obviously a flight risk. It's apparent that she had taken lengths to conceal her identity and whereabouts in other occasions, and if she were to be released, that would be a concern, the prosecutor said. The prosecutor mentioned the presence of a box cutter, which did not provide details, account of the alleged incident. The judge ordered Buzzard to be released on GPS monitoring with no contact order for the victim. Yeah, they should want them to be communicating. That's the thing. You know, I would want those two to talk again. Yeah, there she is walking right there. What a weird person she is. Let's see. Detectives learned of a recent incident where Ashley prevented a victim from leaving a location against their will, which constitutes false imprisonment, the sheriff's office said Friday. This crime is not connected to the ongoing search for Melody. However, detectives are unable to fully outline the crime as it would impede their ongoing investigation. The DA's office on Monday said the felony charge stemmed from an incident that happened Thursday in Lompoc, but it did not provide further details. The office also reiterated that the incident is unrelated. Right. I mean, there's not a lot of information out in this case, by the way. So here's the court hearing. I gotta get...
Multi-state manhunt for her mission.
That's not the court hearing.
Forward. Multi-state manhunt.
I think I recorded it. Hold on. Come on. What the hell's happening? Oh, it's this direction.
Mr. Galvan, Ms. Lockie, on behalf of the people. Mr. Galvan.
Your Honor, Ms. Buzzard.
I've donated to a lot of different places. We just choose the ones that we do.
Waives formal reading and advisement of the complaint.
I'm not against a different one, but you know, people when you're watching the show, if you're not supporting the channel, it's not really like, hey, everybody, donate here. You know, I mean, I would, if somebody here that's always supporting, I'd probably listen to what they were saying. Hey, thanks, K. Miller. Like K. Miller could tell me to donate somewhere, and I would do it. Right?
Thank you for all you do, Ray. Smiley face emoji.
Thanks, K. Miller. Out of the darkness. Absolutely struggling the last 2 days, and I was very, very kind to you. Even with that, we're still at 50%. Not even there, like 40. Yeah, I'll just send me a link to it, Lexic. Right, now you're doing the whole guilt thing. Yeah, just forget it, man. I'm not doing this. Let's see. Right. Okay. All right, here we go. Let's see. We've got... oh yeah, I'm just keep playing this. But thank you, K. Miller.
We're entering a not guilty plea with no time waiver. We're requesting an assignment as quickly as possible.
Okay, we'll have your assignment in one moment. Not guilty plea is entered. Special allegations are deemed denied. The court has relation of the parties.
Yeah, everybody's name is the @ symbol.
Yes, Your Honor. Judge, I've read the pretrial service report. I have also read the discovery that's been provided in this case. We're requesting that Ashley be released, either OR or supervised. She is not a flight risk. And the allegation in this case is non-serious, non-violence. And you can fashion terms and conditions of release that can serve public safety concerns and return Ashley to court at any time that your honor orders.
Hey, thanks, Peggy Day.
This Buzzard has been
Yeah, where you guys get this orange look in here.
uncooperative with law enforcement and child welfare services.
Following first, ma'am. Good morning. Ma'am, you are ordered to have no contact with Tyler S. Brewer.
Yeah, we've only got 3 channel memberships
I'm not
gifted
sure I've
tonight.
ever seen a 236 with a 0 with a probation override, and I'm not sure where that comes from.
I'm sorry, may I be heard as to the co-authors?
Sure.
I'm also requesting that should be subject to search and seizure. This case did involve.
I guess 4 now.
Box cutter.
Let's see. Report Colombo.
Look at her. I mean, she's just...
Please.
She looks about 100 years older without the...
Yes, report Colombo.
Or I don't even know what she looks like. To be honest with you, I have no idea. All right. What the heck? Come on, Kate Miller. Thank you. Jeez. Yeah, so this is the organization. All you got to do is send me an email. I don't need to do, like, have you, like, hey, you know, just throw something out there. I mean, I don't know what you're, you know, I don't know who you are. Like, there's people I haven't seen before. If you just sort of go, hey, have you donated here? It's like, well, have you looked to see where we've donated? Because we've donated to, like, RAIN, which is Violence Against Women. We've donated to Texas EquiSearch. We've donated to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, around $100,000, you know, divided up between those 3. And then a whole bunch of other, you know, Idaho murder case victims, charities that they have. You know, those with Charlie Kirk. We've donated, I mean, we donated to Turning Point USA. We donated to, you know, Black and Missing, the Indigenous, you know, Missing, and I forgot the name of it, like something like, what is the Indigenous people one? I can't remember. You know, that one. I mean, just so many different ones on our DNA fund and our scholarship fund. You know, so the DNA fund is, we've got over 100,000 there, and then the our scholarship fund is at probably, let's see, 18, 19, 21,000 so far. We just started doing that like a year and a half ago. So that's pretty cool. So maybe, you know, if you're not going to come in and start arguing again, if you want to, you know, tell me what it is in here, what is this? It looks like helping bereaved families honor the life. So there's a whole bunch of different things that you can donate to, or is it just sort of like you donate and then it's like they just do whatever they do with it? So let me know. But you can always send me an email. Yeah, no, it's cool. Yeah, I mean, the thing is I make an income on my channel too, but we also do so much great work in the charity world as well. So, like I said before, if you guys are watching and you have the ability to help support the channel, that would be great. Thank you up there to Dixie Hippie. Here, I'm gonna do the. Hold on a second. I'm gonna do the spin again. Might take a minute. Got that one. And 40 for 40 pie wedges for K Miller. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 9, 10. All right, there we go. And then we've got Peggy. And let's see then. Love Boston. Christine. Just loading them up so I don't have to go back and do it at the end. And then we've got Wild Bill Wassman and Christine. And Love Boston. Awesome. There you go. Very cool. Very cool. That's on the spin. I don't send them out until I get like a few, you know, like maybe 6 or 7. Anybody can order the notebooks, the notebook, the stress ball, the little poker chip thing. You send 30 to PayPal and, you know, just say, hey, it's for that. There you go. Yep. Let's see. So if you're, I don't know if you're still out there, Lexic, if you can tell me more about that one, maybe we'll consider adding it. Don't know. We try to keep it in sort of the true crime realm, you know, when it's related to, like, we donate money to, you know, if you're something related to true crime. You know, we've done a few that aren't, but, you know, like Wounded Warriors, we've done that, and we've also, what's the other one? We did the, so we did Wounded Warriors, and then Tunnel to Towers. We've done that. We've done a lot of, you know, a lot of good stuff out there. But if you took out K. Miller tonight, we'd be at about 1/6 of the goal, you guys. So if you're out there and you have the ability to help support the channel, I'll put you on the spin. But if you do $5 or more, you get into the spin at the end. All right. Thank you. It sucks when it's lucky. You know, it's like it's cool when you make the goal when it's just sort of everybody helping. Did you look at the accordingly? No, I didn't. I didn't see it. I don't even remember you mentioning it or anything. So when you say that you mentioned yesterday, was I supposed to be focused in on your comment, or? Well, thanks, K. Miller. That's good. I mean, I really appreciate it. I mean, it's better to be lucky than not, but it's just. All right. Anyways, let's move off of this now. Hey, look at that. I'm a gal, yo. Megazord. Thank you. Haven't you been around longer than 2 months? Yeah, everybody has that. Even, like, everybody's name has the @ symbol in front of it. For me. Here, let me just show you. I can show you right here. Look. See that? Every single person has @ this, @ this. Okay, I don't, you know, if I read it out loud, I read it out loud. I don't know anything about it. I mean, if I read it out loud, it was just me reading your comment. If you sent in a, I don't know how that went, but I don't remember it at all. I could save it somewhere. If nobody's talking about it, then it would be a disaster to cover. You know that? And that's unfortunate, but that's how it's become. But you guys, let's try not to have these huge lulls. You know, it's like every, you know, we've had a few different people, but most people are not. So if we can get the support for the channel up tonight, we gotta, you know, we're not gonna, I don't think we can make up for yesterday. But at least it'd be better just to get back on track again. I've already discussed hold on. Yeah, I've already done Kohberger, Melody, Buzzard, and now I'm moving on to Epstein. Or at least I was just going to discuss Epstein. Well, there, you know, it's interesting, the files that are out there that just came out. In fact, I was listening to Megyn Kelly's show. She did she has her podcast, and while I was doing my walking today, I was listening. Hey, thanks. I'm a gal, yeah. I was walking around, and I was listening to hers, and it was pretty crazy. You know, you hear these. There's recorded conversations with Epstein, done by that author Wolf. I mean, not an author. Well, he's an author and a reporter, I guess. Wolf. He calls himself like an investigative journalist, and it's so weird. I don't know what the hell's going on with Epstein. Because there's this audio, or these meetings that were happening with Epstein, like right around the first time Trump was in office, and Bannon is talking to Epstein. Wolf, this guy that hates Trump, is talking to Epstein, and then this CNN like reporter lady. And they're all sitting there trying to help Epstein to sort of mitigate what people think of him. Like, what the hell? What are you guys doing? But Epstein sounds like an idiot. Like he was just sitting there, like, oh, kind of goofing around, making fun of it and stuff. Yeah, it's all over the place. If you listen to Megyn Kelly, I would recommend listening to her podcast. It was just really interesting. It sounds like the Wolf, he has like 100 hours of Epstein, he says, where it's all talking about Trump. But then these emails that came out, but the clips he's put out aren't really, hey, look at Wild Bill Wassman, you guys. He's doing a membership challenge. If you freaks out there donate 5 memberships, Wild Bill Wassman will also donate 5 memberships. Okay? By himself. All right? So it'd be, for every one that you do, it's like a double. Or not every one, it's just up to 5. Okay? I don't want to misrepresent what he's saying. Yeah, I mean, it sounds like they were friends for a while, you know? Hey, there's one. Look at that. Christine. It's really, you know, just listening to different people. I tell you what, though, Candace Owens, though, she has a problem, okay? She's just, something's off with her. Because she says those emails that were just put out are really damning. And they're not damning at all, you know? They're just... absolutely nothing in it. In fact, the person being referred to has said Trump never did anything to her at all. Thanks, Christine, and I love Boston, and Dixie Hippie says, "Come on, y'all! Come on, y'all! Let's go!" I can't hang tonight. Okay, well, thank you anyway. I mean, look at Love Boston got 5, so made the whole thing up, right? In one pop right there. And then there's Wild Bill Wassman again. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Have you been following this? Because I haven't. I'm not like a huge like. Oh, I can't wait for the next Epstein data dump and everything. I'm not. I don't care. I mean, I care about the issue behind what he did, but it's not something I'm like, oh, I want to see the data dump. It might be really interesting. I mean, I just haven't focused in on that. But Candace Owens is making it seem like those emails that just came out yesterday were really damning on Trump, and they weren't at all. They were just absolutely... It showed how Epstein was trying to use even the fact that Trump knew him as leverage. You know what I mean? I think some of this stuff is interesting. The attempts, because, you know, Wolf, everybody knows who he is, right? Who's the, let's see, Wolf, Epstein reporter. What's his real name? Okay, is it this guy? Michael Wolf? I don't know if that's the one I was thinking of, but maybe that's him. Yeah, I think that's him. Yeah, that guy hates Trump, and he just kept trying to get Epstein to say certain things to damage Trump. But wouldn't it just be really easy and simple? Just find one of the girls and say, hey, you know, was Trump one of the ones? How come, where's that person? She doesn't have anything on Turning Point crime scene photos. She doesn't have shit. She's just, everything she's doing is, it's like a conspiracy. Megyn Kelly, who was it yesterday? Oh yeah, it was Officer Tatum. I mean, he had pretty good points. It's like when that whole thing about Charlie said, go scorched, go Max. You know, they weren't, the way that Tucker explained it was totally different than what happened in the video. Tucker was like, yeah, they're talking, and he's like, okay. And then after he said, go Max, he said, I said to him, are you, you know, I don't know, man, there's other things I can talk. He didn't say shit. He turned his head again and kept talking to Megyn Kelly again. Yeah, well, all these people are sick people. You know, Epstein. I mean, I'm not sure what the hell Bannon was doing over there. Who was the other one? You know, it makes you wonder, though, all these different people. What's his name? Alan Dershowitz, for example. Yeah, apparently he's the one that got Epstein. Basically, he cut a deal with Epstein. He had to register as a sex offender, but basically everything was sort of just washed under the rug on the first ones. And then you notice how Dershowitz has sort of become more, you know, right-wing. I mean, but it was even during the Biden administration. He's been more leaning towards some of the things that conservatives believe in. But then at the same time, I mean, he wasn't getting anything from it because Trump wasn't even in office or anything. But he was defending Trump during all those different hearings. He'd come on Fox News and explain, oh, this is just total overreach. Look at what they're doing. Oh, really? Lexic 91. Lexic. Hey, that's why I was waiting for you. What did you explain to me? What's that charity about? So Lexic 910808 will donate 5 if you guys donate 5. I believe Virginia. Yeah, and that's the thing, is she said that, right? Oh, just Lexi. Yeah, but it's weird how it has all these numbers up on there now. Yeah, what is Virginia said that Trump was just always nice to her, and I think, isn't she one of the ones that Epstein like pilfered away from him? Or is that some other girls? It was really strange stuff. Apparently, Trump and Epstein wanted to buy the same house at one point, and Trump won that, and Epstein's been bitter about that the whole time, and I don't know. Did anybody see the challenge there? Those who have lost a child, it helped me and my family a lot. Was just yeah, well, we do true crime related ones, but yeah, what do they do there though? Like, what are the charities that they do? You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I understand, like, you send it in there, but what do they do for? Do they have services for people who've lost a child? I'm not sure why nobody's matching, though. Yes, did go to the island with Epstein. Yes, yeah, like but why would, if Trump did something, she would have said something. And then she died, like, I mean, that was interesting too, because that lady died of, apparently, didn't she take her own life too, or something like that? You know, it's just, this is just nuts, really. It's just all over the place. It's the conspiracy theory haven. All right, I don't know if you guys saw it up there, but we had Lexi do, if she'll donate 5 memberships if 5 more are gifted inside the chat. Right, that's what I always tell people. I tell people that all the time. If the Biden administration had any information in the Epstein files, and you know they would have had people, because they had the FBI just working for Biden, you don't think they would have dug through the documents and said, well, here you go. You know, look at this. Here we go. Put it out. Put it out. Put it out. They would have put it out so fast to help out Kamala. You know what I mean? They didn't do it. And that's because it doesn't exist. And if it does exist, it's likely been manufactured recently. You know, just before Biden was out. I'm not saying these emails are, I mean, I don't know. You know, that's the whole thing, is I don't know. And maybe that's a good thing, finally, for the documents to come out. But here's how it could be a hoax. It's like, you could have Epstein, before he was out there, sending emails that were damaging to Trump without any proof of anything at all. It just insinuates something. Intentionally, he did that. And there isn't anything. And so it just would look bad, and the Democrats would go, oh, see, look at, and, you know, there's no evidence of anything. What do you mean it's not a hoax? I don't know what you're talking about, L.A. Hey, thanks, love Boston. So there's 2 of them. We need 3 more. And Christine. Yeah, I don't think the word hoax is the right word, if that's what you're saying. I think it would be more like an intentional sabotage. You know, something to make it look a certain way. I mean, it's there. I mean, wouldn't they, by the way, these 3 that were released by the House, wouldn't they have put out a little bit more, like, something damning? Did anybody in here, right here, when they read those 3 emails, think that there was anything damning in those at all? A lot of people knew Epstein and did stuff with Epstein, you know? Katie Couric, you know, shit, I think even Bill Gates or something. I mean, it's just... Thanks, Wild Bill Wassman. I don't know, man. I think if there's anything The Democrats will do anything they can to destroy Trump. They don't care at all. They'll whatever it takes, and it doesn't even have to be Trump. It's like anybody who's in the Republican Party, they will do whatever it takes to not let them be in power. And you saw that even with people like what the hell was his name? Shit. He ran for president. Shit. Oh, McCain. Yeah, like McCain, the Democrats loved. They thought he was awesome. And then as soon as he ran for president, they said he was worse than... He's the most, like, worst president in history. You know, he's so conservative. He's way worse than Bush, they were saying. And then as soon as he lost, oh, they love him again. That's just sick. Absolutely disgusting. All right, guys, we need 2 more up there. 2 more. Yeah, there's nothing in those emails that we've seen. And you would think that those would come out and there'd be something a little bit, maybe they're sort of a prelude to something more damning. You know, like, hey, look, these are things showing this. And then people will say, oh, man, this is bullshit. And then, boom, they hit you with something else. You know, don't know. Hello, Tracy Von Brott. Okay, guys, we currently have a challenge up there by Lexic, who said, I'll donate 5 memberships if others donate 5 memberships. Meaning, like, just 5 more from other people. And we're at 3 currently. So we need 2 more. How can Democrats hate Trump more than they... They hate Trump. It's just, that whole phrase, Trump derangement syndrome, is a real thing. I wish I could say it wasn't, but it literally, I think it should be listed on the DSM-5. It's really weird. Crazy stuff. And like everything he does, I don't like every single thing that Trump does. You know, I'm not like, oh man, everything he does is the greatest thing in the world. But I like most of it. That's the thing. And that's kind of how you want to be, right? Super chat, coffee, PayPal, that gets you... Yeah, you get a spin, too. Not sure why we're struggling so hard to get those other 2 channel gifted memberships there. We're missing out on the opportunity. How can Democrats... I don't know. Yeah, Prince Andrew was also one of those people. Epstein kept close eye on Trump even after friendship soured. Hey, look at that. It's Tracy Von Brott. There's one of them. Oh, that's one I like the hair. Yeah, remember? Come on. But is there any information on the Sabbat? No. Yeah, there's nothing there. A tranche of documents released by... And by the way, hold on a second. Trying to find the... Oh yeah, Lexi, I'm sorry for your loss up there. I lost a brother, and my mom lost her son, obviously. Hey, look at that. Wow, that was quick. And then David, thank you. We'll put that in there. And then Lexi gets 5 pie wedges, I guess. That's how I refer to them, but I don't know what else to call them. Maybe I'll give out 2 notebooks tonight. See how that goes. Okay. When was this document? When was this? A tranche of documents released by the House Oversight Committee on Wednesday revealed that Jeffrey Epstein's staff kept him apprised of Donald Trump's air travel. Is this an old document? Article? Nah. Well, let's see. Hold on. Nah, it's 2 hours ago. So, have there been documents released here? This disclosure, about 20,000 pages from Republican members of the committee related to Epstein, comes as Trump continues to battle with the political fallout related to their past friendship and... yeah. Is this... I don't know if that's... is the date right on this article? Is this the old... that one... remember that big chunk of crap that came out a while ago? Yeah, I didn't think there was new. That's what I was saying, but look at it, says 12 hours ago here. That doesn't mean, and it's from the BBC. You'd think they would be more onto it. I had documents, or articles, and I must have put them in the wrong folder. I don't know where they went. This is 6 minutes ago on CNN. If President Donald Trump has nothing to do, nothing to hide, vis-a-vis Jeffrey Epstein, he sure has a weird way of showing it. Let's just see how CNN would word it. Trump hasn't been accused of any wrongdoing in connection with the convicted sex offender, but he's doing a great job of looking suspicious. Right. I mean, that's one of the things. Like when... I remember... That's a true statement there. You remember when... like, we didn't know anything, and he goes, oh, that's a hoax. They're a hoax. Well, that means that you're in there. If you're going to say it's a hoax before they were even released. So that's when I knew he was in the documents. But what else is there that it might say? I totally believe in him, that there wouldn't be real, because he's the one who literally sunk the ship of Epstein. He's the one that did it. Why would he do that? Knowing that there'd be an investigation and information would come out. I don't know. But I could see... I don't know. Epstein... 2008, all the way... It just... Stuff doesn't make sense to me in this whole thing. It really doesn't add up to... There's just so many different people. A lot of the conservative conspiracy theories are that the Israelis used Epstein to get information, to have these high-profile people to have sex, and then he would be aware of it and then use that as leverage against those people to help Israel out. That's what they're claiming. Anything's possible. I just find it just ridiculous over and over and over. Everything's a conspiracy. Of course, leverage. That's what Trump deals in. That's what he likes to do. Has been called on the carpet recently for false slanted reporting. Yeah. Well, you'd think that they would be a little bit more... They're sort of like PBS or something, This leak is more redacted than the publicly available. I'm not sure. We haven't seen the new one, the information. Trump hasn't been accused of any wrongdoing in connection with the convicted sex offender, but he's doing a great job, man. what could be a political problem in, and that could be a political problem in it of itself. Regardless of whatever ultimately comes from the Epstein files, a batch of newly released Epstein emails on Wednesday added details about Trump's past relationship with Epstein, but no smoking guns. The White House said the emails prove absolutely nothing. That's true. In one of the emails from 2011, Epstein expressed surprise to accomplice Ghislaine Maxwell that Trump's name hadn't surfaced amid accusations involving Epstein. Epstein added that Trump had at one point spent hours with Epstein victim Virginia Giuffre at Epstein's house. And yet, Virginia Giuffre said that Trump didn't do anything to her. And like a book and everything, always denied it. And in 2000, and why would she do that when that's actually a known victim that came forward? Why would she protect Trump? That doesn't even make any sense. They also claimed in the on Megyn Kelly's show in the documents, it claims that Trump would, he would set up other men that had wives that he wanted to be with, and he would offer the other men to be with these, like, call girl, not call, whatever, the victims, right? And he'd let them talk to them, and then after that was set up, he would let the wife listen at the same time as he's talking. The guy is talking to one of these girls, the husband, and then he would tell them something like, "See, he's not that great. You want to be with me?" That just sounds so stupid, Like I don't even. That doesn't even make any sense. And where are all those people? Apparently, wouldn't any of them come forward? No, because the shame of admitting it. Well, what about the wives? You don't think any of the wives? Well, no, because they slept with Trump, and then they would. Jeez. Oh man. Yeah, exactly. So Ghislaine Maxwell and this lady here, Virginia Giuffre, said nothing of the sort. Yeah, I think you should listen to it. I mean, Megyn Kelly wasn't claiming anything was true or anything. She was just, these are just things that they're aware of, and they verified that there's different audio files. She said that that's the one that she heard. Apparently, that's one of the ones that's out there that she heard, but it's not public. All right, I'm gonna have to set a. Yeah, if we can get. I'm trying to figure out mathematically. 5 more memberships. I'll donate 5 myself. All right, there you go. That's my attempt. But if you guys do 5, I'll donate 5, which is, counterintuitive to actually making income on YouTube. But Epstein just looks smug and slimy. He's capable of pulling any scam, right? I mean, I don't know. He's got a really long face. He's one of those ones that would work the joke when you go, "Hey, why the long face?" And everybody would get it, right? Like everybody would get the joke. "Hey, Epstein, why the long face?" Yeah, a batch of newly released Epstein emails on Wednesday added details about Trump's past, and one, let me see if are they right here? Look at that. Okay, here's one. "I want you to realize that dog, Trump, that has barked." Okay, "I want you to realize that that dog that hasn't barked is Trump. So Trump hasn't said anything. A victim spent hours at my house with him. He has never once been mentioned. But why? I mean, the thing is I guess you could ask this. If these are real emails, why did he send this email? I mean, does he think Trump did something with them? I mean, does he know or anything, right? And then he says, I'm 75% there. He's never been mentioned. Police chief, etc. What does that mean? I want you to realize that the dog that... Oh, look at that. Thanks, David. Hey, look at that. Wild Bill Wassman. We did it. At least I was able to give out 5. Very cool. Thanks, David. Appreciate it. I'm just trying to figure out what this means. I want you to realize that that dog that hasn't barked is Trump. And then the name of the victim, Guthrie, spent hours at my house with him. He has never once been mentioned. Police chief, etc. I'm 75% there. What does that mean? I'm 75% there. What? I don't even know what that means. Like to use him or what? And then this one here is the same victim. Trump said he asked me to resign. Never a member ever. Of course, he knew about the girls as he asked Ghislaine to stop. Okay, well, isn't that good? You know, like that's what I was saying yesterday. Isn't it good that he asked them to stop right here? Trump said he asked me to resign, but he's never been a member ever. Of course, he knew about the girls. See, why didn't it say here something worse? Let me ask you this. Right here in this sentence, I mean, who wrote this one, by the way? And who is, that's Epstein. Probably Jeffrey Epstein, something vacation. What's his middle name? J-E-E, Jeffrey Epstein, I guess it says right there. Right, so that's the same one. This one doesn't have that same breakdown. But let me ask you this, so just using, kind of common sense, logic, If this is Epstein, why does he only say here, of course he knew about the girls. He asked Ghislaine to stop. Now, what's the next part of the sentence? Does it just stop something? Or stop stealing them, probably. Because apparently they were stealing a lot of the people that were working at Mar-a-Lago. But it's weird that it says, of course he knew about the girls, not, oh, he's been with these girls, It just says he was aware of the girls. What do you guys think of that? That's what I just said. Like maybe taking them. Yeah, I just said that, Cappy. Yeah, I just said that. Of course, he knew about the girls, and he asked Ghislaine to stop. There's no more in there, but on Megyn Kelly's show today, as I said earlier, that Epstein was poaching girls from his place, and that's probably what that's about. But it says, of course, he knew about the girls. He asked Ghislaine to stop, taking them or something, right? So, Thank you. I forgot to add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And love Boston. Thank you. I don't know. I think you would have said more there. But, of course, this is ... Is this really what was in the email? And then another one down here. Trump borderline insane. A few feet further from the border, but not by much. Okay. Wow. What an insult to have Jeffrey Epstein say that you're insane. I'm just, what does this even mean? Like, why release this one? Can anybody think of a reason why the Democrats might want this one out? Like, they were so quick to get this one out there. Some of the emails among the thousands of documents released by the House Oversight Committee today. When was that? See, they did release more documents then. Show Jeffrey Epstein getting updates about Donald Trump selling a private plane. In a message from April 2011, someone told Epstein, I hear Trump has a contract on his B-272, but no money has changed hands yet. The sender is redacted. Someone told Epstein in May 2011 email, Trump's B-727 sold for $2.7 million. The sender is redacted, but Epstein and an accountant and lawyer were copied. Why? So it does sound like there was more documents put out today. Does anybody have a link to those? Are these? What are these? The New York Times. Let's see if these are any different. I want you to realize that that dog hasn't barked. Is Trump. Victim spent hours at my house with him. Or, you know, and then Guthrie, I think. Spent hours at the house with him, but he's never once been mentioned by, you know, they didn't put it all in there. Never heard of him. Donald is close to no one. Yeah, this is what was mentioned on... See, that's new. That's not one of the ones that I'd seen. Never heard of him. Donald is close to no one. He talks to many people. He tells each one something different. This was on Megyn Kelly. On Sunday, March 4th, 2018, Sultan bin Soleim wrote, do you know him? I heard he is so close to Trump. And this one is, there is an opportunity to come forward this week and talk about Trump in such a way. Oh, yeah. See, that was interesting. That's an interesting one. Hey, look at that one. Crime dissector, drug detector, I'm a certified human lie detector. Gonna get ya, I'm a such ya, you grab me like an old projector. Crime sector is my nectar, Professor Gray is gonna give it a lecture. Crime collector, freak connector, and I'm always gonna be a puppet detector. Hula reflector, interceptor, hit a mean and vector with a vector. That was hard. Hey, thanks for the avocado dance. Boom. Thanks, David. Very kind, very kind. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. I think I've got most everybody in here so far. Okay, Donovan. It's the best outro ever. Hey, that's right. Holdaway loves that one. That's his favorite song ever. But these are new ones. These are ones that Megyn Kelly mentioned today. They're pretty interesting. Wow, thanks, Lisa Belson. You know, we're actually starting to chop away at some of the yesterday a little bit. Right there. Thank you. Very kind. Lisa Belson. I just got you on that list there. But by the way, Lisa Belson, send me an email. I'll just send you a notebook. No, it's not much, but it's something.
I'm just creating a list currently. Well, you might win tonight too because you're on there 10 times. And you too, K. Miller. A lot of you guys. I mean, it's like there's so many of you that are always helping out. Yeah, send me an email. You know what my email is, right, Lisa? You could win tonight too because I'm spinning. Let's see. Do I have a? Oh, yeah, it's not that one. It's a different one. I can't remember. Yeah, it's this notebook right here. See this? GHI. Right, and then it has a pen. You know, I have the dogs mark. You know, stamp their feet on it and everything. And then there's a pen that comes with it, a stress ball, etc. Yeah, thanks everybody. Wow, such a great recovery from yesterday. That was Oh yeah? Well, cool. Thanks for being here. Yeah, these are crazy. So, is there a document dump site somewhere? I actually wouldn't mind trying to, you know, this is something I think it'd be kind of fun to try to figure out and, like, you know, be able to debunk if you can, you know. I want you to realize that, yeah, okay, there's that one. Okay, these are the actual emails here, right? Yeah, here we go. So that's what these are. So let's just read this again. The information contained in the communications is confidential, maybe attorney-client privilege. Okay, we got that. I want you to realize that the dog that hasn't barked is Trump. Victim spent hours at my house with him. He has never once been mentioned. Right, because maybe he didn't do anything. I mean, you ever thought of that? You know? I mean, it's just... And then the same victim was at Mar-a-Lago. Trump said he asked me to resign, but he's never been a member ever. Of course, he knew about the girls, though, as he asked Ghislaine to stop, and it's not that... Well, actually, you know, to stop, but this is the actual email, so why isn't the rest of it there? And this one says, if you think you should let him... I think you should let him hang himself. I think they're talking about Trump. If he says... So this is what they're trying to leverage Trump here. I remember this is on Megyn Kelly's podcast. It says, I think you should let him hang himself if he says he hasn't been on the plane, you know. Like, obviously Trump's in there going, yeah, you know, Epstein, and they're waiting for Trump to say something that isn't true. Because then they say, if he says he hasn't been on the plane or to the house, then that gives you a valuable... It gives you a valuable PR and political currency. You can hang him in a way that potentially generates a positive benefit for you. I don't know how you would do. Who wrote this email? Oh, Wolf. See, yeah, this guy, he's full of shit. He's the guy that was in a meeting, according to Megyn Kelly. There was 4 of them that were trying to help him, and it was Michael Wolf, who was acting almost like as a PR rep. He wants to protect Epstein as long as you can still just trash Trump. So what basically, read this in a way differently. This isn't written by Epstein here. I think you should let him hang himself. If he says he hasn't been on the plane or to the house, then that gives you valuable PR and potential currency. You can hang him. See, he's trying to work for the Democratic Party right here. You can hang him in a way that potentially generates positive benefit for you, or if it really looks like he could win, you could save him. If it really, yeah, so it looks like Trump might win, you could save him by saying, yeah, no, he's never been on my plane. It's just ridiculous, this whole thing here. But what he wants probably is for Epstein to respond with something. You could save him generating a debt. Like, hey, okay, I'm going to tell people that you've never been to my house, nor have you ever been on my plane. Now you owe me something. Of course, it's possible that when asked, he'll say Jeffrey is a great guy and has gotten a raw deal and is a victim of political correctness, which is to be outlawed in a Trump regime. This is back in 2015, so this is before he won the first time. Yeah, exactly. It's blackmail. That's what Wolf is suggesting he do. And then it says if he were able to. So that was at 11. Let's see, 4:26 p.m. I guess these are first down here. Or no, these are later. Yeah, so that was at 4:26, and this is 11:52. If we were able to craft an answer for him, what do you think it should be? Craft an answer for Trump? If we were able to craft an answer for him, what should it be? I hear CNN is planning to ask Trump tonight about his relationship with you, either on the air or in a scrum afterward. Right. So, God, this Wolf guy is like, okay. See, Wolf knows that might be asked about this on CNN. So he's trying to get information from Epstein. Or it's kind of strange, though. Like, if he wins, you can use it as I don't even know what Michael Wolff's endgame is here on this one. Because he's sort of saying, hey, if Trump looks like he's going to win, don't try to sabotage him. Just use it, use it as leverage to get him as a benefit for you. Yeah, well, who said that? 15-year-old victim wouldn't make anyone a pedophile, so everyone is... No, what Megyn Kelly's... that's a true statement. I mean, factually, like, your pedophiles are people that are attracted to, just if you want to just break it down, they're attracted to pre-puberty children. That's what a pedophile is, okay? Like I don't know what the technical term is for somebody after that until the age of 16 or 17 is. It's called something else, but they're still children, right? They're not adults, but that's the truth of it. If you want to look it up yourself, go ahead and do it. So don't trash Megyn Kelly. I think people overuse that phrase. If somebody's 17 years old. And they're not, and I think it's statutory in the R word. Okay, that's what that is. It's not the person isn't a pedophile. Is that what it is? Hebophile? Okay. Yeah, I've heard that one out there. Yeah, he's definitely not one of them. PDF is a document that can be opened up by software by Adobe Acrobat. Yeah. So I'm not sure what you mean, Henry. Yeah, it's still an assault. Yeah. All right. Tell you what, we need 8 more new memberships to get to 80. That'd be pretty amazing, wouldn't it? 80? I think that'd be like the second highest ever. I think we got 100 one time on like donation night or something. That was pretty crazy. Okay, is there another one? Yeah. So it's just kind of interesting trying to figure out what they're talking about here. Possible that when asked, he'll say Jeffrey is a great guy and has gotten a raw deal and is a victim of political correctness. And the next one, if we were able to craft an answer for him, what do you think it should be? So you'd almost think that Epstein, and why didn't they, it wasn't answered here, by the way. What do you think it should be? I hear CNN, he just sort of like skipped right over it. He didn't say what the, maybe this guy was trying to get Wolf in trouble. Epstein was trying to get something on Wolf by getting him to answer that, but he didn't. Because if Wolf had answered, oh yeah, you can get him to say this, and then it's conspiring. Yeah, I don't know. It's just, that would look like he was actively participating, when up here he's just saying, advising, yeah, you could use it as leverage, you could do this and this. But when he said if we were able to craft an answer for him, what would that be? Hey, thanks, Jim Lawn. You need a trigger bunny? Hey, thanks, Lisa Belson again. Wow. Very cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, got that in there. $77, $78, I think. Or wait, 77. Well, Henry, look at Biden and what his daughter wrote about him. What his supporters... Yeah, they would care, Henry. Yeah. Who are you, man? Who are you? Yes, they would. I would care. If you're a Trump supporter in here and it was proven that Trump was, like, literally factually proven that he was assaulting people, I think every one of us would care, and he'd probably lose the support of every single person. Okay? That's just the truth. It would have to be proven, though. What the hell happened here? My mic just fell off. Oh, yeah, that's stupid. Hold on a second. Yeah, everybody would care. It's the Democrats that wouldn't care if it's one of theirs, because they won't ever, they just... It's like nobody does anything wrong as long as they're getting what they want. It's crazy. Ugh, man, what happened here? Ugh. My microphone just fell off. It's crazy. How the hell did that happen? Okay. That's nuts. Okay, here we go. I'm going to try to do it again. Now there's a screw that it's pretty hardcore. I think I've just been spinning it so much that it... Okay, it's starting to connect again here. Come on. It's kind of working. Hey, there we are. All right. Got it. Yeah, it's actually, I don't know if you can see it, but see right there? That screw, it goes all the way in. There's a screw. This part goes right into there. And just over time, I guess it became loose. Who the hell knows? Oh, man. It was tight there. Wild Bill Wassman. Anyways, what do you guys think about all this? I think every single person, if it's proven, I don't know how you prove it, though. I guess that would be the thing. Like, how would you prove that he did something? I think, but people would just go, yeah, Sorry, man. I just think, to me, this all just feels like. I mean, not one time do you see Epstein say that Trump was doing stuff with other girls yet. We haven't seen those in the emails released. So, I guess that's something, you know, people would have to. But here's the thing is, why did Trump say it's a hoax? None of this stuff is bad, right? So he must be aware of other emails out there, other pieces of information that would make him say that. Does that make sense logically? Like, why did he say, oh, it's all a hoax, it's all a hoax, you know? That means that there's something out there that he's aware of that's in the documents that would be released. Yeah, so it's unfortunate, but I guess we'll just have to see how it all pans out. I mean, so there's going to be a vote to release the documents, and then I guess it would go to the Senate. The Senate probably wouldn't pass that. And then even if they did, it would be Trump could veto it. But then if he vetoed it, oh boy, that wouldn't look good. He probably would lose a ton more. I mean, I'm just so frustrated currently with like the whole political world at this point. The Democrats, they'll do whatever, you know, like this whole government shutdown was a complete waste of time, and the public are so stupid that they blame the Republicans for the shutdown when all they wanted was just to keep going with what we had and they'll negotiate later. That's it. And that's how dumb people are, okay? I don't know, but they believe that. They think Republicans are the reason, and they open it up 15 times in a row, and people are just stupid, okay? So that's just the reality. And then you got the Republican Party, who, you know, you finally got Trump in there, you got Kash Patel, all these people that everybody wanted all the time. And now Candace Owens and Tucker Carlson and a bunch of these other clowns out there are talking about how shitty these people are, and like now they want Kash Patel out of there. I mean, I was disappointed with Kash Patel's, you know, couple things during the Charlie Kirk, but they're just like anti everybody. They're doing this, anti-Israel hate campaign, anti-Jewish campaign, and it's just turned into a absolute shit show. I don't know what's happening here. Like, the Republican Party and the Democratic Party are totally fractured. I guess this might be a good time for an independent, a literal independent to come forward, not somebody pretending to be an independent, but an actual independent with pragmatism. That would be good. Hey, thanks, Nader Bader. I don't know. What makes Kash creepy? What makes Kash Patel creepy? I mean, I was never, you know, like, oh, wow, Kash Patel, he's great. I didn't even know who he was, really. But everyone else seemed to like him. But now they don't, because what? No, not Bloomberg. Gosh, you got to be kidding me, man. That guy's, he's a joke, man. Like I always say, Mike Rowe, man, he's the guy. Mike Rowe is the person that would solve the problem. You know, he's more, he doesn't even really have a political party, I don't think. He's just pragmatic, and very intelligent and a great speaker. That's what we need. And everybody likes him. Is there anybody out there that doesn't like Mike Rowe, the dirty jobs guy? Anybody? Nobody. I don't think there's a soul that doesn't like that guy. Now, the Democrats, if they perceive that he was more conservative because of his views on jobs, they'll turn him into Hitler reincarnate. That's how they do it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think he's amazing. Just listen to him. Like, go to his Facebook page or YouTube and just listen to him speak. He's probably the most intelligent person that you'd ever imagine. He probably reads hundreds of books a year or something. I mean, he's just, yeah, he's more like, I'd say, kind of like the Democrats used to be. Middle of the road, leaning, well, I guess it'd be more like how the Republicans, some Republicans still are. I mean, it's just sort of slightly right, conservative, kind of. Hey, thanks, Richard Watts. How you doing, Richard Watts? Who's not pro-American? Who's not pro-American? Yeah, Mike Rowe is definitely pro-American. He's also he doesn't think everybody should go to college. He thinks there's a lot of trades that people need to do, and we need to have more trade schools, and I couldn't agree more. I think it's absolutely a truth, and the trades pay really well. And it's amazing. Everybody goes to college for completely... Oh, that's okay, Nader Vader. People go to college for the most ridiculous majors in the world. If I had a child that was in college, I wouldn't let them go to college. I would not pay for them to go to college to take classes that are meaningless. Okay? Hey, but Gray, college is a place to really spread your wings and come up with... No, bullshit. College is a place where you got to focus. I mean, I wish I could go back in time. You got to focus and pick something that actually can lead to a career where you can actually succeed. If you get a liberal arts degree, that's sort of generic, like communications, or you're not going to get a damn thing with that. It's not going to work. I can just tell you from personal experience. I mean, I got a degree in communications. I kind of saw my first couple years. My first year at college was at Western Oregon State College. I did okay. I just had to do well enough. I think it was like a 2.7 or something. Just well enough to get into U of O or Oregon State. So I went to U of O, and I did okay at first, but then my brother died there, and I just didn't give a shit about anything. And then I transferred to Oregon State, and that was, only a year after, and I got like the worst grades ever, 0.6 one term. Because I just didn't care. I was so depressed. And then it was weird when I was like 23 years old. Because I was old, I took like 220 credits. It was crazy. I had to, but I was, and on some terms I didn't take very many courses. But anyways, I was just there. And then I remember one day I just said, "Man, this is actually kind of interesting." Because I shouldn't have gone to college until I was 23 or 4 years old. I didn't care at all before that. And then I got like 3 5s and better, because I was like, this is actually pretty interesting, It's weird. And then, so I just kind of, I graduated, and then I go out in the real world, and like, what do you do with a communications degree? That's okay, Anne-Marie. But what do you do with a communication degree? That was 1986. I was 20, he was 22 at University of Oregon. There's really nothing to do with the communications degree, so let's see, my first job out of college was, I think I did some trucking broker thing in Corvallis. And then I got in a fight with the guy that ran it because he just was so sleazy. It was amazing. And then I moved back to Portland, and then I worked at Nordstrom's in the let's see, what was it called, the men's something or other. Sportswear. Men's sportswear, I think it was called. Yeah, so a lot of times I'd be working in the stock room, but I get to sell during the sales and everything. And just a lame job that was. And then I think I lost my job there. I don't know if it seemed like it was like layoffs or something. And then after that, I tried to go work it as a trucking broker for, it was the shittiest pay ever. It was like 10 grand. It's like, and I didn't even know what the hell I was doing at that place, so I got fired from there. And then I was just so down and out. I was just like absolutely, just complete struggle. Hey, thanks, C. Daily. Completely struggling. Had absolutely, I was just literally just like, what's happening? What do I do? And my mom, what was that? Jesus. Come on, Jim. You can't type shit like that in here. Come on. Jesus, Jim. Why do you do stuff like that? Anyways, then my mom said exactly what I just said when I started this. She said, Gray, you need a skill that people need. And I said, okay. So then we looked around for a while, and then I found like one of those vocational schools. It was a 6-month program, and my degree was called Microcomputer Application Specialist. That's what I was going to get. So for 6 months, 8 hours a day, the school, it was awesome. I think all colleges should have been like that. It was like right there every second, ding, 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 ding. 5 days a week, you had to wear like a suit and everything. I'm glad it's not like that anymore, but and then and when I was there, I took that like this is my last shot. I got a 4.0 the whole way through. Absolutely nailed it. Learned how to use computers, write macros, 10 key, the keyboarding shit. I already knew how to type, but I did all that too. And then after I was done with that, I worked at a bank, and that first bank, that's that shitty bank where that one lady said, she'd always go, correct, correct, correct. And then they had layoffs there. And then I went and worked at First place, I think it was, they're not even in business anymore, but a bank. And while I was working at that bank, I was in collections to start off with, because I thought, well, if I get in there, and then while I was in collection, I started to write these little programs for scoring and, different metrics of the people that are collectors. And then they were like, wow, that's pretty good. And so like the head of this one department at some point, he said, hey, Gray, why don't you write up what you do, and we'll create a position for you. So they posted the job. You know how crazy the job was? It listed every single thing that I do, that I learned at that college, intentionally though. And then it said at the end, a microcomputer application specialist certificate is a plus. Who the hell else is going to have one of those? Okay. Who the hell else is going to have the microcomputer application specialist certificate that I got at that vocational school? There isn't a soul out there that was going to have that. So of course I got that job, and then the whole banking thing. It just the bank. They were sort of the first salvo in the banking world. And then after that, I think I started a videography company, because I had learned I used to make all these presentations for the bank. So not only would I write these programs, I'd make these videos, and it was pretty cool. And then had a videography company, tried to do that. That didn't really work because I wasn't charging enough. It was just like, it was kind of weird. I was just didn't really know what I was doing. I just do. That's why I need like a producer for my channel. I don't write. I know how to do advertising. I don't know how to market. I don't know how any of that stuff. I just like to make videos and discuss things, right? So that didn't last very long. Then I think I was over at a mortgage broker thing for a little bit. And then I've been working for my friend, needed somebody that does exactly what I do, and I've been working wherever he goes. He just keeps tagging me along sometimes, I mean, not sometimes. And we just do these computer, macros and stuff, so I still do some of that on the side and whatnot. And now I'm doing YouTube, because during this whole time, when I went to the Art Institute in 2004, was on the dean's list there. I did 2 years there. And I learned all about animation and media arts. And then I use all of those things currently. So how about that, you guys? Pretty crazy stuff, serendipity. Yeah, so then I, used my animation skills to do some Jodi area stuff. Then that led to me getting a couple gigs with the Brooklyn prosecutor for a couple cases back in 2000 and... Jeez, I don't even know what year that was. 12 or 13 or something. And then I've used it quite a bit in, like the Idaho 4 case. A lot of different cases I've used it in. There's only a few that you can really kind of dial something in and make it worth doing. But there you go. So that I do that. I've been doing YouTube for a long time. YouTube's sort of it's like the main work that I do. Hey, Henry, you're incorrect. You're incorrect. If Biden was president, the prices right now would have shot through the roof. I know you're trying to bait people. It's just not going to work here, okay? I'm sorry for your ignorance. Yeah. I know there's a lot of ignorant people that show up, they just have an agenda. Name one aspect. Okay. And plus, it's not interesting. We were talking about other things, Henry. So we're going to have to get you on timeout, and all the comments from the rest of the evening will be removed. So thank you. Hey, what are we at here? Did we get to 80? We're only at 78. We need 2 more channel memberships out there. Who's going to do them? All right. Epstein said he gave his young girlfriend to Trump in the 90s. Trump has denied wrongdoing. Where? Gave him? Where? Where does it say this? I know. They just always show up in here. I don't know who you are, Pony End Up. Never seen you before. He also has lowered gas prices, which affect lots. Yeah, he doesn't care about stuff like that. Inflation's down to 3%. You want it around like 1 or 2. It was about, a ridiculous number prior. Yeah, I don't remember Epstein saying that. Where does it talk about this? Later, okay, Epstein generally didn't engage with these suggestions. Many of the exchanges from the emails feature people implying Epstein had damaging information about Trump and suggesting that he go public with it. Epstein generally didn't engage with these suggestions. Right, because maybe there isn't anything. But at one point in late 2015, he told a New York Times reporter that he could produce photos of Donald and girls in bikinis in my kitchen. So what? What does that even mean? I mean, what would that actually mean? Nothing. Those parties they have back, that doesn't mean anything. My 20-year-old girlfriend in 1993, that after 2 years, I gave to Donald Epstein said, linking to a webpage featuring the woman. What do you mean you gave her to Don? What does that even mean? A previously published lewd 2003 birthday album for Epstein's 50th birthday alluded to a similar situation. It included a joke about Epstein having sold a fully depreciated woman to Donald Trump. A previously published lewd birthday album for Epstein's 50th birthday alluded to a similar situation. It included a joke about Epstein having sold a fully depreciated woman to Donald Trump. Okay, well, it's a joke, right? Trump says the documents are a hoax and has consistently denied any wrongdoing. Well, I don't know if I think the emails and so forth are probably real emails that were sent out, because none of these mean anything, but it wouldn't shock me a bit if somebody planted something that's worse somewhere. Because why wasn't this out before when Biden was president so that Trump wouldn't get elected? I don't get it. Anyway, sorry for telling you guys that long, boring life history story. Anybody interested in getting those last two channel memberships up there? You get put into the spin. I'll even put C Daily in there for, even though that was 4. It's not. You need 5 to do it, but that's close enough. Nader Better said he'll do one if somebody else does one. Well, I'm putting you on the spin anyways, so you're already in there once from earlier. Hey, it's cool. Hey, thanks, Jim Long.
Stories, man. It's cool.
Well, look at Nader Bader did one, but the other person didn't do their one before he did the one. All right. Anyways, I was gonna do read a couple of these articles regarding the Kirk situation. I think these are all. I don't know. I mean, Candace makes all this stuff related. Thanks, Love Boston. That in there. Yeah, he did. Trump is the one that got Epstein arrested. But then a conspiracy theorist might say, and then, well, the thing is, Epstein died in prison, I think, when Biden was in office. Isn't that right? I don't remember how that worked. Let's see. Candace Owens and Allie Beth Stuckey spark big drama as new words on Charlie Kirk assassination go viral. These new channels are sort of like Daily Mail. These new, Times of India, and there's another one. They seem to like to do all these kinds. Candace Owens responded to Allie Beth Stuckey video, which Owens felt targeted her investigation into. She's not doing an investigation. Okay, let's not kid around. Candace Owens is not investigating anything. She's just looking at stuff and going, ooh, we can make a connection here. This will sell today. Yay. Okay, that's not going to work. Okay, tomorrow we'll do something else. It's crazy. Okay, it was when he was in office? Okay. Like right at the end. So Stuckey later expressed being genuinely wounded by Owens' remarks, emphasizing her concerns for justice and the potential harm of unproven claims in the sensitive case. Candace Owens spoke about Allie Beth Stuckey. You know what's weird? When she played that girl's comments, I agreed with everything that person said. It was like, she nailed it. I don't even know why Candace was playing it. It was actually kind of funny. It was like, my God. I think it's the same person that I was thinking of, like brown hair, glasses or something. Let's see. I couldn't describe her for a sketch artist, but I just want to see if I'm generally correct here. I don't know. Okay, that's a different person than the one I was thinking of. Okay, that's a different one. This lady's blonde. Very pretty. Well, you've seen her, I guess. This lady. So that's not the one I was thinking of. But she played a clip from somebody on social media that had glasses and was just talking about all the harm that Candace is doing. And it absolutely was correct. It made complete sense, every single word. Candace Owens has been looking into what she calls important parts of Charlie Kirk's assassination. She said she saw Allie Beth Stuckey's video where Stuckey talked about people sharing claims online without solid proof. Even though Allie Beth Stuckey did not name anyone, many people thought she was talking about Candace Owens. Candace Owens said she felt this was personal, so she played Allie Beth Stuckey's video on her podcast and said she likes her but felt she was in rare form. Huh. That's so weird, because she did play the other girl too. Candace Owens told Allie Beth Stuckey that she should take a break. This made the situation bigger, and Allie Beth Stuckey later shared that she was hurt by these remarks. Okay. And then here's another one by Hindustan Times. Candace Owens has dropped a fresh bombshell accusation related to Charlie Kirk's death. Wow, what a shock. The former Turning Point USA member remarks came during her show, and Owens spoke about the security at the Utah Valley University event where Kirk was shot. The TPUSA founder was fatally shot when attending an event at UVU on September 10th. Owens has now alleged that the university had suggested to TPUSA that the event be held indoors. So Candace Owens is now saying that UVU had told them, hey, you need to do the event indoors, but TPUSA allegedly wanted it to take place outside. Well, that's because that's what they normally are. But see, Candace is probably trying to imply that TPUSA intentionally wanted it outside because they knew what was coming. You know how she does that. Is anybody else here? We just have Nader Bader commenting over and over and over. Is anybody else watching? Let's get some more, contributions. People speaking, typing. Yeah, they're always outside. Oh, there you are. Okay, there's somebody. Christine. Owens has now alleged that the university has suggested TPSU that the event be held indoors, but TPUSA allegedly wanted it to take place outside. Owens said on her show that she learnt that after UVU showed multiple options inside and outside, they allegedly recommended that TPUSA not hold the event outside in the amphitheater. She continued that UVU had allegedly said it was not a good idea to hold it outside for safety reasons, as they couldn't shut the area down or control people's movement. Also, let's see, Candace Owens faces big accusation. Okay. Owens continued that having been a part of such events in the past, it was surprising for her to see that TPUSA chose an external location, since it meant that anyone could walk into the event. I mean, I don't think I've even seen one of the campus ones. They're almost always outside. I mean, it's amazing. She spoke about having the event indoors would have ensured greater safety. Okay, well, yeah, Monday morning quarterbacking. Students' tickets could have been checked. There might have been cameras turned towards the crowd. Owens also alleged that it was TPUSA who insisted on holding the event outside. Okay, so what? See, she wants you to believe that they're somehow in on it. You know, those Israeli donors, they probably got a hold of one of the other people and said, hey, we'll still send you the $2 million. We'll get it back. You just got to take out Kirk because, you know, he's questioning us now. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. The whole concept of that is ridiculous. Man, you guys are just really chatting up a storm. It's awesome. Hey, thanks Lisa Valenzuela for the coffee. And that's it, man. One coffee tonight. Huh. The conservative commentator went on to say that she wanted to know where the people on the TPUSA events team would have picked the outside. Okay, let's see. Who were the people on the TPUSA events team who would pick the outside location ultimately? Well, you just said earlier that it was going to be the amphitheater. That's where they do it. Notably, Owens has had numerous conspiracy theories, in the wake of Kirk's assassination, some of which have pointed fingers at Israel and TPUSU's hands in the killing. However, the 36-year-old, I mean, she hasn't directly implied Erica Kirk, but isn't that what she's doing by implying TPUSA? And then her little comment about, forgiveness and, how, I said the same thing in the Idaho 4 case, but there's no conspiracy angle on the back end. When Candace says it, with that little look she gets in her face, she's implying that, why would she forgive? There must be something else going on here. It's got to be a plot by TPUSA, etc. However, and then the 36-year-old had not provided any proof to back these claims. HT.com could not independently verify the claims made here. On the fateful day, Kirk was sitting inside a tent at the event when the bullet struck him. Yep. Yeah, we know all that. All right. Well, you know what I wanted to do? But maybe we could, do this on a... What time is it? 2 hours? I wanted to go this whole huge... I've never seen a Wikipedia that came out so fast that is this long. Look at this thing. Look at the... I think it'd be interesting to go through this thing and check out these sources, etc. Just every... I don't know. What do you guys think? I want to see what they have and anything that we know isn't true in this. Because these are written by people, and then people update different elements, etc. But this is the assassination of Charlie Kirk. It's huge. Should I just save this one for tomorrow? It looks like it would almost be an entire show, to be honest with you. Would you guys be interested in that? I know, Lisa Belson. Yeah, she just... what's weird when you watch her show, she's so composed, calm, seems rational. But the stuff she puts together... Yeah, okay, let's do this one. Let's just do the whole show on this one tomorrow. Because this is massive, you know? Like, it just goes all through, you know, even people that were fired, you know, this Kimmel. This guy's a pile of crap, by the way. Social media, opinion, polling, vigils, transgender, you know, all this stuff. I wonder what they're going to say about that. Groypers. You know, look at the citations in here. I mean, have you guys ever seen anything like that? I mean, that's insane. Yeah, this would take up the whole show. I can just tell you, just reading it, and we could have the map out, and we could, you know, just kind of like talk about all the different elements and so forth. So what do you guys, what's going on? Have you guys seen any other cases going on right now that are interesting that you think I could add? What was the one that person mentioned earlier in the show? I think I've lost it already. No, I got it. Toya accordingly. What is that one? Let's just take a look at this. Jury in trial of Rajwinder Singh charged. Oh yeah, I remember that case. Then maybe we've done this one. Let me see. Let me look in here. God, why does that seem familiar? Remember that case? I don't know if that's that one, but. Jury in trial of Rajwinder Singh charged with Toya Accordingly's murder, shown photograph of boyfriend's hike on day of her death. Is that what he looks like in there? Jesus. A Supreme Court jury has been shown, a Supreme Court? Shown a series of photographs of murdered woman Toya Accordingly's boyfriend on a waterfall hike. Let's see. Is that right there? I don't even know if I've heard of this one. Yeah, I know the judge one. I don't know why. That one never really... I don't know. It just seemed like it was so cut and dry. Supreme Court in Toya Accordingly murder trial. What do you do? Shove her off of the side or something? Let's see. Miss Accordingly, 24, was allegedly murdered at Wangeti Beach, north of Cairns, where she had gone to walk her dog on October 21st, 2018. Former Innisfail nurse Rajwinder Singh, 41, is standing trial at the Supreme Court in Cairns, having pleaded not guilty to her murder. The court heard Mr. Singh left his family... Let's see, is there a... What's his name again? Rajwinder... Let's see if there's a... Is that it right there? Come on. In the High Court of... Okay, what was the name of that beach? So this is over in India then, right? Yeah, I guess Australia then. Or is that right? Maybe there's another one getting now. Supreme Court is according 24 allegedly murdered at Wangedi Beach north of Cairns. Yeah, I guess that is over here. Huh. Yeah, right there. Jeez, that's crazy. It's in Australia. I didn't even, hadn't been following it. I think we had another case that was in Cairns. What, have you been following it, Lisa? Yeah, he's from India, obviously. Miss Cordingley, 24, was allegedly murdered at Wangedi Beach north of Cairns. So what was this document that I had just found? In the High Court. I mean, that's probably a pretty common name. There's not going to be a probable cause here. I mean, what's this thing? This is, I mean, that's what's cool about the U.S. We have documents that are usually out there. She said it yesterday. This is a civil writ petition filed under Article of India for assurance of writ of nature of... I don't even know if this is the same guy, to be honest. But if I type in Karen... Jeez. I own it. I own... Forget it. I'm not going to waste time with that. Much of the evidence during the trial's first day is centered on the movements and alibi of Miss Cordingley's partner, Marco Heidenreich. The court previously heard Mr. Heidenreich was the first to raise the alarm about Miss Cordingley's disappearance. So who, jury and trial, so do people think that Rajwinder Singh isn't the killer? Is that what the deal is? Or what's happening here? The court previously heard Mr. Heinrich was the first to raise the alarm about Miss Cordingley's disappearance after finding her unattended car parked at Wangedi Beach late at night. Joel Kuman, a friend of Mr. Heinrich since primary school, told the court the pair hiked to a swimming hole at the top of Spring Creek Falls near the Port Douglas that afternoon. Let's see. A friend of Mr. Heinrich's since primary school told the court the pair... Is the pair Mr. Heinrich's too? Told the court the pair hiked to a swimming hole at the top of Spring Creek Falls. Let's see. I bet you can see it. Now, so it's up here. Was there like a creek in there or something? Or Spring Creek Falls Trailhead. That's probably right there. This is probably it. Yeah. Is there there's no light or anything in there. So it said a school told a pair hike to a swimming hole at the top of Spring Creek Falls near the Port Douglas that afternoon. The court was shown 8 photographs that Mr. Kuman said were taken on the hike, some of which showed he and Mr. Heinrich together, along with images of Mr. Heinrich's dogs, Jersey, and Bentley. So why are they talking about this guy then? I mean, is Rajwinder Singh a different person, or what's happening? Or was this guy like out there stalking them? This is pretty weird if that's the case. Let's see. We're taken on the hike. The court was shown 8 photographs that were taken on the hike, and they were taken together along with Mr. Heinrich's dog, Jersey, and Bentley. Police digital forensic analyst, acting Sergeant Matthew Rode, told the court he performed an analysis of the phone used to take the photographs and did not find any evidence that the timestamp or location data had been changed. If you modify metadata on a phone, there are traces left behind, he told the court. I don't know how you can modify metadata, but the photographs were time-stamped between 3:41 and 5:09 p.m. on October 21st, with location data putting them in the Spring Creek and Port Douglas area. What year was this? 2018? Yeah. Trial. That's so weird. Sergeant Rhodes said that they had spent hundreds of hours analyzing the photo data and did not believe they could have been manipulated. Without a trace, in less than 72 hours between the day of the murder and Mr. Kuman's phone being seized. Kuman. Who the hell is... who are these people? How come this is just changing? Okay, so there was another trial on. This is another trial then. Wow. Okay, well, I guess we don't have to cover it because he, or whatever the hell the name is in there, has just told us everything. I don't want to read them. I just want to read it in the document. The court, if you want somebody to cover something, you don't just throw everything in there that there is, and then now it's not interesting. Much of the evidence during the trial's first days is centered on the movements and alibi of Miss Cordingley's partner, Marco Heinrich. The court previously heard Mr. Heinrich was the first to raise the alarm about Miss Cordingley's disappearance after finding her unattended car parked at Wangeti Beach late at night on his way home from Cairns. There's nothing to see. It's just... Yeah, well, maybe I should go back and go do the like Daily Mail or something and see what the first trial. I mean, how do they know it's this guy? At one point, under cross-examination, Mr. Kuman told defense barrister Greg McGuire that a question about the way he took one of the photos with Mr. Hendrick was a bit silly. Mr. McGuire then asked Mr. Kuman, but the problem is we don't get to see any of this stuff, whether he used a selfie stick, to which Mr. Kuman replied that he did not. Mr. Kuman said he recalled Mr. Heidenreich trying to call Miss Cordingley. Recalled Mr. Heinrich trying to call Miss Cordingley at the car park. But why weren't they staying together? Like, I mean, I don't get that part. Evening after his dog Jersey went missing. Under cross-examination, Mr. Kuman told the court he would have been with Mr. Heinrich. But who's Mr. Kuman? Like, who the hell's Mr. Kuman, for God's sake? So you got a Mr. Kuman. Joel Coleman, a friend of Mr. Heinrich since primary school, told the court the pair hiked to a swimming hole at the top of Mr. Who's the pair? Is it him, Joel, or is he talking about Heinrich and the victim? The court was shown 8 photographs that Kuman said were taken on the hike, some of which showed he and Mr. Heinrich together, along with images of Mr. Heinrich's dog. So it was just those 3. So she wasn't there, I guess. And maybe this is a different place, I guess. Police Digital Forensic Analysis Acting Sergeant Matthew Rode told the court he performed an analysis of the phone. At one point under cross-examination, Mr. Kuman told defense barrister Greg McGuire that a question about the way he took one of the photos with Mr. Heinrich was a bit silly. Okay. Mr. McGuire then asked Mr. Kuman, so is this sort of the alibi part of the conversation? So these 2 people were just hanging out together, and then, you know, like, this is just trying to provide an alibi for Heinrich, and Kuman was taking photographs of both of them. Yeah, well, we don't hear a lot of the cases that are in Australia, that's for sure. So they were just doing something different that night. Like, Heinrich and the victim, they weren't together hiking or anything. Is that right? Well, anybody want to get their name in the spin before the end of the show? This is 2018 here. How did they find the guy? Toya Cordingley's murder still haunts Cairns local as memorial unveiled. Killed on beach after confrontation with former nurse. Toya Cordingley was doing something that she would always do, exercise along a secluded far north Queensland beach with her dog. When she was violently killed 7 years ago, a court has been told. The 24-year-old father, Troy Cordingley, found her body buried in a shallow, sandy grave while searching for her on Wangeti Beach, North Cairns. Former nurse Rajwinder Singh, 41, is standing trial at the Supreme Court in Cairns, having pleaded not guilty to her murder. In his opening address to the jury, Crown Prosecutor Nathan Crane said Miss Cordingley was a young woman blonde and attractive. Can I? Okay. Who went to the beach. Well, what if she had dark hair? Would she be unattractive? Blonde and attractive, who went to the beach on October 21st, 2018 with their dog, Indy. There, Mr. Crane said Miss Cordingley and Mr. Singh had a confrontation, although exactly what sparked it just can't be known. Yeah, I wonder how they even know that there was anything like that. The court heard Miss Cordingley's body was found peppered with stab wounds, defensive injuries, and fatal cuts to the throat that severed her windpipe. Indy was found nearby, tied tightly to a tree in the scrub about 30 meters inland. All Miss Cordingley's possessions were gone, Mr. Crane said, except for a selfie stick. Mr. Crane said even a small knife would have been capable of causing Miss Cordingley's injuries, but police never recovered any weapon. Yes, pretty interesting there. RRHIIIII. We just like to be able to sort of discover it as we're reading, not have everything thrown in there. You know what I'm saying? The Crown will point to DNA evidence and the movements of Mr. Singh's blue car in linking him to the crime scene. What happened in the first case? An Indian migrant, Mr. Singh, lived in Insafail, south of Cairns, with his parents, wife, and 3 young children. He abruptly left Australia after the weekend of Miss Cordingley's death, cutting all contact with his family. As the police were finding Toya's body, he was organizing what the Crown says was a hurried one-way ticket back to India. Miss Cordingley's phone was never found. However, it was detected moving away from the beach in the late afternoon, shortly after prosecutors alleged she was killed. Her phone leaves, and she doesn't, and the Crown uses that information in this trial to say that the killer took her phone. Mr. Crane said a DNA sample taken from a stick at Miss Cordingley's grave was 3.7 billion times more likely to have come from Mr. Singh than a random member of the population. The court heard he was also 2,500 times more likely to have contributed to a partial DNA profile obtained from 3 logs at the base of the grave. Mr. Crane said the jury would hear about how the police had eliminated other suspects during a very lengthy investigation. This is a circumstantial case. There's no direct evidence. I mean, you don't need that, though. You know, the fact that he purchased the ticket, his DNA is on the actual selfie stick at the crime scene. He purchased a ticket to quickly, hurriedly get out of town. They had worked together prior. Yeah. Anyways. There you go, everybody. Man, you guys are only like 2 people commenting. So that's when it's time to say goodnight. But hopefully tomorrow you guys will be in. I think it'd be cool to go through that entire Wikipedia and see what's true and what isn't in there tomorrow. All right? Unless there's some other crazy breaking news. But hopefully you guys found the show mildly interesting. Thank you to Christine. Well, let me do the spin first. All right, let's see. Where is this thing? Wheel of Names. All right, there it is. Ding, 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 ding. Oh, look at that. It's K. Miller. Of course, when you have 40 things in there. All right, so now we're going to do one more. All right, here we go. Shovel, 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 shovel. Ready? Oh, Christine, you just missed it. C Daily 7510. I'm not sure how many they had. Should I do, maybe just do another one. All right, here we go. There you go, Lisa, you won anyways. See, I told you. Well, I guess since I'm giving one to Lisa Belson anyways, I guess we'll have to spin again, all right? Oh, look at that. Christine on the last one. There you go, Christine. There you go. All right. That was, what a miracle that was. Oh, I better get off of here before it stops because there wasn't another spin. Yeah. Oh my God, my email showed up on the screen now. Everybody. Oh my God, everybody. Look who Gray was talking to. Look at. Anyways, yeah. All right. Every time to see if it was someone blocked. What do you mean? About this blocking? What are you guys talking about? Yeah. Oops. I think I missed the... Who's he? Is RRRHIII a guy? I can't tell. Looks like a girl picture. Oh, okay. When did somebody accidentally block somebody? I don't see it up there. You know, I've lost like this month. I have lost like 100 subs. That's all. There's no gaining of any kind at all. Isn't that crazy? That's because none of the videos that I have are ones that people are like, oh, let me subscribe. You know, it's just they're not seen by people. It's okay though. I don't mind. I mean, I had so many new subs over the last few months that even if I lost 2,000, it'd just be the same. Well, how can I pronounce re when it's RRRHIII? Why not just put what your name is there? Let's see. All right, we've got. All right, Christine, gifted a membership, then Wild Bill Wassman. And by the way, you have to send me an email with your address on it, then I'll send it. All right, and then Love Boston, and then Deborah Tro, Christine, Love Boston, gifted a membership, then Sandy Shirley, then Kay Miller with a double cat eye, then Peggy Day, gifted one, and then Kay Miller with a double cat eye version of channel memberships, 20. And then Dixie Hippie, I'm a gal, yo. Gifted a membership, then Christine again, then Love Boston gifted 5, Dixie Hippie, Wild Bill Wassman gifted 5, Christine, Love Boston, and Wild Bill Wassman, and Tracy Von Brott, and David, all gifted 5, and then that was a Lexi did a challenge, so gifted 5 to match that, and then David gifted 5 himself, and then I gifted 5. Then Love Boston gifted 1, and then David did a cat eye. Then Lisa Belson jumped in with a cat eye gifted membership version, and then Jim Lawn. Then Lisa Belson another 5, and then we had Nader Bader, Richard Watts, C. Daly, Jim Lawn. Then Nader Bader gifted 1, and Love Boston gifted 1, getting us up to 80. Very cool, very cool. That he needs to work. Yeah, you notice how they always do that? Yeah, of course. Even thinks about indulging in Thanksgiving meal. What are these people talking about? See, this is what this person just typed in. Gray Hughes has a poochy midsection that he needs to work on before he even thinks about indulging in Thanksgiving meals. I bet if you looked in the mirror, you're a pile of crap. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, you know, there was a 2-month period where I couldn't walk, so sure, I put on a couple pounds. I'm not a big blimp or anything. I'm just, you know. But man, who are these people? Like, where do they come from that makes them want to say that? It's crazy. Sandy said, Glenn Davis, go pound sand and be nice. Right. Must be a loser. Yeah, that's exactly right. I know, isn't that crazy? It's so wild that people... I mean, it's crazy that somebody thinks it's just okay to come in and say something like that. I don't mind reading it because it's like, here, I want you to see what these people do. You're an embarrassment, Glenn. Whew, wow. Hilson House of Crazy. How's it going? Now that is so mean. Well, I wouldn't put him in jail because you guys wouldn't bail him out. Yeah, they're probably looking at when I have my 360-degree camera walking around, and you see me walking in the reflection of the glass, and, you know, it's not the greatest. It's okay, though. Peace. Yeah. Anyways, thank you guys very much. Really appreciate it. You know, I think we, yeah, maybe made up a little bit of yesterday. Just if you took some of yesterday was, man, that was, yeah. I mean, that was. I think that was one of the most sort of downer days on YouTube I've ever had. Where the video I put out, it was like 2 hours long on a premiere, and there were 0 super chats, and then the video made $4 because nobody watched it. And then I did a live stream, plus I was really tired and my eyes were hurting, dry. I did a live stream, and it just was like nobody was there watching. It was dead, and it was just like, oh man. But today the video did a little better, but not great. Live stream was great, though. It was a great one. We completely, you know, had a normal good night. So thank you guys. Really appreciate your generosity, etc. But if you want the notebook, make sure to send me the email, and I'll, with your address, and I'll ship it out. All right. So thanks, everybody. We will see you guys tomorrow. And who the hell knows what tomorrow will bring. Thanks for watching, and as I always say, until next time, be safe out there.
Yeah, I've been doing this true crime thing for quite a while now. And during this whole time, I have not seen one person.
Not even one!
Crime dissector.
a thug rejector. I'm a certified human lie detector. I'm gonna get you on a stretcher.
If you try and play me like an old projector, crime sector is my nectar.
I think Wilson House of Crazy looks like Susan Hendricks.
Freak connector, and I'm always
Gonna be a puppetetter,
Fool deflector,
interceptor, and I'm meaner than a spectre with a vector.
on his
Vector.
with all respect, y'all. Just remember,
Remember-
I have a temple fucking check ya.
Good night, I'm a gal, yo.
I'm the protector.
Good night, Lisa Valenzuela. Good night, Sandy Shirley. Good night, Jessica Schumacher. Good night, Michelle H. Good night, Bill Wassman. Good night, everybody out there. See Daily 75510.
Yeah, so I'll just get right back.
Are you
to
okay,
it.
Mary Lou? You sound like you're hyped up a little too much coffee.
I haven't had any coffee at all, great.
Oh, Jesus. I don't know where Bruce is. Anyway, see you guys later. Be safe out there. Thank you very much for watching Gray Hughes Investigates, where we look into all things true crime. Thanks again for watching, and be safe out there.